You're listening to Word on Health with Paul Pennington. On air and online 52 weeks of the year. Taking you behind the healthcare headlines, this is Word on Health. Dementia is an umbrella term. It describes the symptoms that occur when the brain is affected by certain diseases or conditions. There are many different types of dementia, although some are far more common than others. Rachel Thompson is an Admiral dementia nurse specialist.
The majority of people who develop dementia are people who are in their 70s, 80s. However, there are some people who develop dementia when they're younger. They're still relatively a small proportion of people, but it is important to recognise that it isn't just an illness of old age. Alzheimer's disease is the most common type of dementia. It accounts for just over 60% of the different types. The other most common form is vascular dementia. There are people who have conditions such as high blood pressure or have heart conditions. They're increasingly at risk. We have Lewy body dementia. The symptoms are slightly different. You still might have problems with memory, but you might have things like problems with balance. Sometimes people see things that aren't there, so have visual hallucinations. May have problems with sleeping at night. Another type of dementia that commonly affects younger people is something called frontotemporal dementia. That part of the brain controls our emotions and our social functioning. So people will say the memory isn't the first thing that they notice. It might be somebody is perhaps much more irritable than usual or behave in an unusual way. That can be particularly difficult to cope with. There are a number of other very, very unusual types of dementia, but I think the other thing we have to watch out currently is alcohol-related dementia, because alcohol does have an effect on the brain.
As we get older, we're all prone to the odd memory lapse, like going upstairs and forgetting why you did, or briefly forgetting names or details. How do you distinguish that from when you should be concerned and talking to your GP for help?
Sometimes as we get older, the way that we store memory isn't as effective. So that's something that we should expect. The other thing that often happens is that as we get older, we're often very busy and we're not concentrating quite so much. The difference between that and when somebody is beginning to develop cognitive impairment, which means a type of dementia, is that it goes beyond the just forgetting simple things. It might be that actually you forget something but you can't recall it at all, whereas as we get older we'll forget something immediately, then perhaps a couple of hours later we'll go, I remember what that was now. So that's the difference. And also it might be other things like forgetting things that really you wouldn't expect to forget, like the names of objects, or you go to a familiar place and you can't find your way around.
Following a good balanced diet and getting regular exercise are cited as being preventative measures we can all take to help ourselves. When it comes to a cure or treatment for dementia, where do things stand?
There's not a cure. There are, however, treatments for people who have an Alzheimer's type dementia. And for the other types of dementia, particularly vascular dementias, then we can do things that can help slow down the progression.
For further information on this story, for help and support, log on to our website, www.wordandhealth.com. That's www.wordandhealth.com. You can find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. Our address being @WordOnHealth. Word on Health, the award-winning health, lifestyle and wellbeing report with Paul Pennington. Word on Health, your personal prescription for your very best of health.